Internet! And welcome to me reviewing something that isn't great or terrible with your hosts Fighting Leaf and Husky the Wolf. After last week's very delightful review and our currently broke status this week, I don't really feel like going on to review something that is absolutely terrible just yet.
So today we're gonna talk about a movie from our childhood. It's about a talking puppy that talks to bunnies!
We're going pretty obscure for this one, so now it's time for everyone's favorite thing ever, backstory! The Seventh Brother was originally a Hungarian film produced in 1991 by Pannonia Film, where it was subsequently distributed to the States by Feature Films for Families.
Also known as the In 2006, and continuing on to 2011 at least, this company got caught trying to evade Missouri and Utah telemarketing laws, calling up thousands of numbers on the no-call list, and lying about how much of people's money was going to what it was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, this is the company responsible for building a piece of my childhood.
Aren't kids' movies fun?
And I just love how wholesome they try to look in spite of everything. Look in the back of the box here. The back of the DVD case has a list of family discussion questions for after the movie.
And they're on the back of the VHS tape, too!
But we're not here to harp on a company's corruption. We're here to talk about the movie itself, The Seventh Brother, because frankly, I don't talk about enough foreign films on my show.
Let's get this party started! It's time for The Seventh Brother!
The film opens up with an introduction to our story's narrator, Dr. Albert E. Owl.
And he is way too close to help!
After a moment of talking about things, we start the movie proper with a grandfather and child leaving the big city of Somewheresville.
Then we get an intro song with opening credits! Good gravy, look at all these accent marks and umlauts or whatever the heck they are. But then the words stop, and the song keeps going, and... move on!
The song eventually does end, and their little jalopy develops some engine trouble.
Stay here. Don't be scared. I'll be right back.
I see where this is going.
That would be Tiny, our puppy protagonist. His original name in Hungarian was really hard to pronounce.
It's taunting me. Must kill it!
So Tiny chases after the frog like all healthy pups do, and runs off a cliff like all healthy lemmings do.
Well, will you look at Tiny, hiding from the storms.
He's asleep.
You are too dumb for pets. So they drive away, leaving poor Tiny sad and alone in this terrible storm. And no, it doesn't take them the whole movie to notice he's gone.
They turn right round to find him again, but... Tunnel? What? How far did they...
But Tiny can't hear them over the storm, and so they decide to come back to look for him in the morning. Oh, and Owl Guy is back talking about courage or something.
Whatever. Bunnies! This lead bunny is Gerald Cuthbert, or JC, and he's apparently the tough guy of the bunch.
It's opening its mouth. Run away!
Run away! Run away!
Also, I know this wasn't originally made in English, but this lip flapping is...
I'm getting a closer look.
Yeah, this isn't very good. Unless, of course, Hungarian sounds like Tasmanian devil speak. Now then, let's have a little bit of fun with the chaos that is the dubbed dialogue.
Are you all by yourself?
Hey, he's nice. Wait for me.
Wait for me, too.
I'm coming too. Come on, let's go.
I told you, I'm right behind you. There's a lot of you little furballs.
You may have noticed the red-haired rabbit speaking with what is obviously supposed to be a girl's voice.
That would be Rebecca in the English version.
And now let's take a look at the original voice actor. Let me introduce... I'm not even touching that. He's a Hungarian voice actor who's been in a crap load of stuff.
The point is that the rabbit character Osoka in the Hungarian version was changed to being a girl for the German and US releases because of reasons. Rule 36 fanfics, anyone?
Oh, please, no. So the rabbits hear Tiny's story, then get hungry and run off. Then Joanna, this girl rabbit, says they shouldn't leave Tiny alone. And that...
So the rabbits decide to do the democratic thing and vote on it. This America!
This is Hungary, actually.
Oh yeah.
So the ears have it, and they agree to go back and help Tiny get food.
I love a democracy.
America!
Hungary! So they officially dub him a bunny puppy, whatever that's supposed to be.
Then for some reason, the movie makes a big deal out of him climbing up this dirt cliff. Okay, now they're all going to tell Tiny their names. In song. Oh no.
Here's JC. His real name is Gerald Cuthbert.
I'm not afraid of anyone. All danger runs from me. I'll save you and protect you whenever you're in need.
Let's make this easier for you.
JC's the tough guy, Cody's the fat guy, Mimi's the cute flirt, apparently, Marty's tone deaf, Joanna is a girl, and Rebecca used to be a dude. Next! Then Tiny feels like getting his drug fix.
Stop! That mush is poisonous.
No, Tiny, don't do drugs.
Drugs are bad. Then they move on. And point? Was there a... No? Okay then. Then Tiny jumps into the water. They think he's drowned. And...
Oh, what a terrible thing to happen to Tiny. How sad. Time for a carrot.
Oh no, he dead. Time for carrot.
That's actually kinda messed up if you think about it.
You guys, come on in. The water's perfect for swimming. It's great. Ah! He got water on me. I'm a goner. Ugh!
Cody, you don't die when you're wet.
You die when you fall in the river.
Oh, is that how that works?
We're learning all kinds of things today, aren't we? Now I want to show you guys something.
Sorry.
This is a movie that understands the engagement curve.
It starts off with a bang, then slowly releases energy, then spikes up again, then releases a little bit, then ramps up a lot, and then a slight release and boom!
And for a 1991 animated movie, this animation is actually pretty impressive most of the time.
Then Tiny runs into a feed.
Stop! Tiny, the danger could get you.
Rabbit rules are very important.
Oh no, not the danger! It's so vague and non-specific!
And here's a song about it for some reason.
And stay away. With claws that bite and fangs that bite, there's no escaping it tonight. Danger's all around.
Leaf?
Yes, Husky?
That ain't right.
No, it's not.
Danger's all around.
Bunny puppy, bunny puppy, bunny puppy, bunny puppy.
Non sequitur theater, everybody.
Have a baby!
17.
Everyone has rabies!
JC decides to take Tiny's bunny training a little bit more seriously, but Tiny isn't doing so hot.
Meanwhile... Anyway, Tiny is getting the hang of... it's really not that funny, dude. It's starting to freak me out. Also, what kind of mutant freak carrot is that?
Man, there's a lot of laughing padding out the runtime. Lots of recycled animations, too. Though, to be fair, that's just something you had to deal with in 90s animation.
They play around for a bit, and seriously, when's the next plot point gonna happen?
Oh look, a hawk's gonna eat JC.
A really goofy one. So it dives down, chases JC, and... Dead!
If this were any kind of realistic, yes, dead. But since it's not, no. Tiny comes along and barks at the bird, and it goes away. And after a family huddle, the legend of the bunny puppy was born. And what a legend he is.
But they gotta take him home to Mom and Dad first, so they dress him up like the Swamp Thing.
We thought that something terrible had happened to you.
Wait, repeat that?
We thought that something terrible had happened to you.
Did she flub her line?
And they left it in.
Like a bunch of doofs!
Well, since Tiny saved JC from getting ripped to shreds, Mama and Papa Bunny decide to let him stay.
Ah! Owl Freak is back! So he narrates some stuff, and then we get some scenes with Mrs. Magpie flying around screaming about how the bunnies adopted a dog!
Oh, the rabbits! Who would have thought? Oh my goodness, this is terrible! Get a load of this! The rabbit family adopted a dog! Why, the Hawk told me this morning he was brutally attacked while having breakfast!
Attacked by the rabbits?
No! By the dog!
The Hawk wanted the dog for breakfast?
It's a wonder that rumors spread at all around here, given how long each conversation takes. Good grief.
Run,
What's up, Prof?
It's awful, terrible, dreadful even! I can't even begin to describe the sheer amount of pure unadulterated...
While I'm young, Cabbage Head.
Right. Well, Jerry took and went and got and adopted a 30-foot sea monster from that strange lady across the street after breakfast!
I named her Cuddles! Sorry, wasn't listening. So, Jerry J adopted a strange woman from across the street from a monster who wanted her for breakfast?
No, he adopted the monster!
So, was that before or after he had the lady for breakfast?
Before! I mean, that never happened!
So, Jerry didn't adopt a sea monster?
No! I mean, yes!
Well, which is it, Prof? Did it happen or not?
Look, would you just deal with the sea monster?
Bad Cuddles, you put the mailman down right now! Yeah, this goes on for too long, but then all the forest birds all get a nice long gawk at Tiny.
It seems that only Mrs. Magpie has any beef with this kid being here. Then a baby shrew shows up to him and...
No, Husky, don't confuse them. Speaking of confusing...
For whom is honor and bravery a habit?
Left for the bunnies who grow into rabbits.
Who is always cheerful and with it?
Left for the bunnies who grow into rabbits.
Who is honest, caring, and funny? Who else but the bunnies who grow into rabbits?
I have no clue what's going on.
Probably mind control. You will all subscribe to our channel. You will all share the video on social media. You will all give me $1!
Also, they build a bunny totem. It's worth noting that the fat bunny is nowhere to be seen on there.
That's racist. Anyway, Tiny smells his owner, but... Oh no. No! They don't see him!
Uh-oh.
Leaf him getting American Tail flashbacks!
Oh, brother. He tries to catch up with them, but they're already in the car driving off.
No!
They don't love me.
Oh no. Not a song! Not a song!
Interesting fact here, these clips are actually flash forwards, not flashbacks. Anything to pad out the running time, I suppose.
Holy crap, this song never ends!
It's not really a super long song, but it's also not terribly interesting. I mean, if Tiny were singing it and interesting things happened instead of just this clip show here, that would be something at least.
Well, the song does eventually end, and the rabbits all decide to put on a little plaything for Tiny, and JC can apparently skate on grass. Okay.
After that, they go back to doing bunny things, like earlier in the movie.
Tiny made a great bunny puppy, but seeing his owner reminded him of who he truly was in his heart, a brave dog.
I probably should have asked this earlier, but, why are you Scottish?
Tiny wants to act more like a dog now, and tries playing with a snail. It doesn't work until...
Run away!
Oh no, the snails are about to do the nasty! Run!
And yes, I do know about what was cut from the original Hungarian version in this scene. You don't have to tell me it's there. I know. Then... stuff happens. And more stuff. And... okay then. Oh boy.
Then they cross paths with some poacher guy, apparently.
I did a little checking around, and I found out that the American version made some significant cuts to the European releases. In particular, this scene with the poachers.
Yeah, in that version you had a chance to, see the poachers.
It also explains the significant use of padding in this version. From what I was able to tell, there was a lot of, unsafe wielding of guns in that one, and I think the people behind the FFFF were not terribly pleased with that. Either that or they thought it would be difficult to market that to their demographic, the moral guardians.
Back to the movie, Tiny tells them that he's tired of running away from absolutely everything and its mom, but the bunnies have a song about why they should run, I think. Except that the lyrics are so that they're about facing the danger, and I'm seriously getting confused here. And again, more flash forwards and flashbacks to previously used animation.
I know we keep harping on that same point, but it's really getting distracting now. Wait, this was Tiny's song? He was teaching them to... Okay, that was not properly signified. It takes more than just a throwaway line to make that clear, especially when the singer is clearly someone other than Tiny.
So wait, how are the others interacting with the song?
Are they seeing it projected somewhere and are just following along?
Are the bunnies actually psychic? Tiny is beating them at their own mind control game! Then a fox happens. Wait. That looks...
very familiar. Okay, let's see. What? Here we go. I'm not saying they're related, but one day. Oh, and Mrs. Magpie is happy that the fox is going to kill them.
Yay, murder!
Not to worry though, the bunnies all take Tiny's advice and just growl at the fox, scaring it away.
To be fair though, those are some gnarly looking rabbits. Any big scaredy pants fox would have no choice but to run away. And scene over.
Now Tiny's got the rabbits all howling at the moon.
Awesome!
I thought wolves howling at the moon was a myth.
Don't care. Awesome! The poachers arrive again, and the rabbits and crew scare them off by howling, and this somehow gives a tree a strobe light effect. Well, that happened. Scene over!
At this point, we're almost exactly 59 minutes into the movie, and things have just kind of happened over and over.
For example, in this scene, the river floods, and Tiny has to save the rabbit family.
And that freaking magpie is still happy about them all dying.
Dad and JC try digging their way out, but Tiny manages to get everyone else out through the water.
He then goes on to assist the remaining two out of the ground by digging from the outside, and the day is saved. Sort of.
Tiny is all tuckered out from all that rescuing and takes a well-deserved nap.
Well, there's really not a whole lot left of the movie.
Is it wrap-up time?
Just about. Let's get this started. Winter is fast approaching, rabbit food just isn't cutting it for Tiny anymore. Magpie is being a jerk but quickly changes her tune when Tiny saves her life from a weasel, I guess, but gets injured in the process. He's still alive but now needs food badly. Mama and Papa Bunny go see Owl Narrator Man for advice. He tells them that they need to take him to his own home in order for him to survive. He leads them to a house on the far side of the woods. JC pulls off an honestly awesome feat of strength for a bunny, and they happen upon a house that just so happens to be Tiny's home, where he reunites with his human family. They fix him all up, and Tiny now hangs out with his bunny pals in the backyard to this day, at least in the American version.
The end!
As much as I would like to talk about the original Hungarian version of this movie, that's not what this is about. I need to talk about how the Americanized version of the movie holds up. And so, how does it? The Seventh Brother actually has a lot going for it. The animation is pretty high quality for 1991, even if it got recycled a bunch in the Americanized version. The concept is pretty intriguing for a kid's film, and I can really see why I liked it so much as a kid. Unfortunately, this movie has more things holding it back. The child voice actors don't always give as much energy to their performances as they should, and the story itself doesn't seem terribly well constructed with how things just sort of happen and then are dealt with. If they had better foreshadowed a lot of the events before they happened, it would have helped a lot. Finally, there's the songs. They are easily the weakest part of the film. It takes a very particular set of talent to make songs work, and these tended to rely mostly on recycling assets from the rest of the film, which makes it come off as very, very cheap. All in all, there really wasn't anything in the movie that I hated in particular. It just goes to show how little things piling up can lead to problems in your movie.
What's that?
Strap yourselves in, folks. Next week, I fulfill one of my reviewer obligations and talk about yet another movie about talking animals. And yes, I do mean that one. I am the kid movie ninja. This is a Patreon shout out to Jordan Mathis and Steve Sharp. Check out Steve's music in the link below. Sharp Rain Music. Check it out because he is awesome.